Hello everyone, Pigmoney here with the first episode of the Copytrading Battle Royale in the Pigmoney Reloaded series. This video is the qualifier round of the Battle Royale I launched on the 1st of January 2025. If you've been following my channel, you will know that I started this with the goal of figuring out which platform is the best for copy trading. As most exchanges have a quite similar yet very different copy trading solution, I decided to bring 7 contestants toe-to-toe against each other to see which one comes out on top. Some of these are well-established centralized exchanges, others are up-and-comers. Let's see which one of these meets the basic criteria for proceeding to the arena of the champions. Binance needs no introduction, they are the real OG. Even though they introduced copy trading a bit late compared to others, they still have developed their service to a level where this is basically irresistible. BingX is an exciting exchange, they innovate a lot and are not afraid to push the boundaries of what an exchange can offer to its users. BitGet is the king, no question. In the past I only used BitGet for copy trading as it was their flagship product. They had a massive amount of traders to copy, embraced new market standards rather quickly, and all things considered, they still have the best service out there, but that's for later. BitTrue is a new player in the field, their systems are robust, they are also quite innovative, and they have some interesting features for copying. BitUnix is again a reliable exchange when it comes to professional trading. They have a fresh new copy trading service, so deserve a shot at the games. Bybit is yet another highly successful venture, one of the big guns out there. They have a very good copy trading service, so obviously they must be in this competition. Lbank has been around for so long, crypto veterans must have come across this exchange at one point for sure. They are famous mostly for listing quality tokens quite early, and they also have copy trading, so it is just fair to have them on the board. Obviously, there are other exchanges as well that could have been selected, but I deliberately left out those where there are major concerns about reliability or they have a reputation for locking user funds and doing nasty things like that. Some other providers could have been also chosen for this competition, but the point is to have them compete on even grounds under similar circumstances. Platforms like Signally or Naga may be mentioned in the same group, but they have a rather different approach to how copy trading works, and it would be unfair to put them in the same fighting cage with the others. Now, with all this out of the way, let's see the criteria that was needed for passing the qualifier round. To be confident in my selection of a trader to copy, I need to have the most comprehensive overview of the past trading performance. That means that I will need to have at least 6 months of data to be reassured that I'm not dealing with a one-hit wonder that has a few fantastic trades and then goes on to blow up my account. The second factor is obviously profitability. I need the traders that have a steady output, no big spikes in profit or loss. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for traders with 100% of win ratio. Good traders know when to cut positions that go in the wrong direction, and they also know when to let the profitable trades run their course. Calculating the drawdown of an account can be quite a challenge, but recently exchanges have been sharing that number too. It means that I can finally estimate the risk level of a certain trader. Anything over 30% is a good reason to be cautious, but if a trader can keep this figure under this level for an extended period of time, it is no small achievement and gets my vote of confidence. Finally, I'm looking for consistency, a steady increase in the balance over 6 months without too much of fluctuation to either directions. Any account that has hundreds and thousands of percentage in profit is suspicious by definition, so I'm more interested in double-digit increases in half a year. The best looking P&L chart looks something like this, a fine rise from the bottom left corner to the top right. I know it can be tempting to hunt for the big numbers, but imagine that you start copying a trader right here. Even if in the long run his trades are profitable, this drop here will mean that in the end it will take a very long time until your account recovers. I believe that the combination of these 4 factors is the key to finding the best traders out there without having to check my account every minute just to see what's going on. Now that we have the goals, let's unleash the exchanges into the arena and see which one of them will pass the challenges. Binance did not have a copy trading solution for quite some time, even when the market competitors already had advanced offers. Nonetheless, eventually they have something now, and it's quite amazing, packed with a lot of useful features. First and foremost, I can select up to 180 days of trading results. When I hover over the P&L graph, it shows the start and finishing result. On the same profile card, I see the maximum drawdown too. This is great. One feature I really like is that it shows if a trader conducts its operations with an API connection. This would suggest that we are most probably talking about someone serious who trades on a professional terminal and gets connected to Binance with an API bridge. All these factors are an excellent tool for finding masters with a decent history and a positive future outlook. This trader, for example, shows a decent increase in balance, there are no sudden spikes in any direction, drawdown is in single digit, everything checks out. However, when I click on copy, it's difficult to understand why Binance would tease me like this just to hit me with the middle finger when I actually try to make a copy. Why would they be so strict with regulations? Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, anyway, Binance is out, moving on. BingX is a rather interesting exchange. They have had copy trading for a while. Also, the number of available traders to copy is more than satisfactory. I really love the filtering option. I can apply so many useful filters here. I just love it. With the trade days slider, I can actually filter out all the newbies who don't have the necessary historical data for me to analyze, and also it has its own categories like trending, conservative, rising star, etc. It is absolutely fantastic that BingX shares so much details about the traders. This can make it rather easy to pinpoint any risky trader behavior. I found this trader, for example, KingCoin. He had a decent ROI and PNL, chart looking rather good, almost 2 years of trading history, so I started to copy. However, I realized that he probably stopped trading as he seems to have removed all his assets. I can see on his transfer records that he cleared out his account. In other platforms, I could probably not realize this and only stop copying once I get suspicious of the long period of inactivity. All factors I need are here to make a reassuring choice in the trader to copy. BingX is officially qualified. The one and only, the king of copy trading platforms is undoubtedly BitGet. They have come a long way since the last time I covered their service, and let me tell you, I really like what I see. If you've been following my channel for some time, you will know that I had my fair share of disappointment about the lack of transparency with the long time frame historical records and how difficult it was to perform a proper deep analysis of certain traders' performances, let alone configure it to match your own size and risk appetite. Things have changed though. BitGet has made it really easy to figure out the details without ever having to use external tools like Excel. I can see the historical performance back to 180 days, the maximum drawdown, average duration of trades, everything. It has a lot of different categories to choose from, decent filtering options. Do I need to say more? BitGet is officially qualified. With BitTrue, it is easy to see that they are just simply not there yet. Now, don't get me wrong, the exchange itself is a good one, but seemingly they could not focus enough attention on acquiring enough traders and user feedback to reach the level of sophistication that is necessary to be successful in this game. My main issue is that I can see only 3 weeks of data. That's pretty much nothing. I mean, 3 weeks of performance should never be the basis of a decision for copying a trader or not. There is a good initiative though, which is the Trader Pro feature, where BitTrue checks the trader thoroughly to make sure that they are indeed legit professionals. This is great, and I see the pro traders are onboarding one after the other, but they are quite early in the trading journey and I will need to have a few more months of history to be able to decide. So BitTrue is very promising, but I will need to come back to it maybe in a year's time. In its current shape and form, copy trading at BitTrue is disqualified. BitUnix is in a similar situation. The platform itself is decent and their systems are robust with good speeds and reliable trading options. However, it is clear that copy trading has just started recently, and even though I can apply 90 days as a historical time frame, hardly any master trader has that many trading days on their cards. Also, I'm not quite sure about how drawdown is calculated. In this example, I see a pretty serious drop from 50% to 14% in the ROI, yet the maximum drawdown shows only 16%, so I'll need to figure that one out. Apart from this though, it's great to see the transaction records in and out of the account. That provides more transparency. All things considered, BitUnix is going to become a serious contestant in this game, but they will need some more time to get there. For the time being, there are not enough traders and enough historical data for me to be able to choose a trader to copy. So for now, they are disqualified from this championship, to be revised in 6 months' time. I probably don't have to introduce Bybit to anyone. They have been in the game for so long. I'm sure everyone has heard of them from somewhere before. Copy trading has been available on the platform for quite some time, and it shows. Even though I can only set the records to 90 days, there are plenty of traders that have a much longer history than that. So it takes more time to find the ones who have been up and running for at least a year, but there are plenty to choose from. I can filter by different categories, and even though I can see less of history, the sheer number of professional traders available for copying makes Bybit qualified for the championship. L-Bank is the other OG in the game. They survived all bear markets so far, embraced new tokens and coins early. They really know what they are doing. They have had copy trading for a long time. I also tried it before and it works just fine. However, for some reason, it is still not possible to check historical records of master traders over 30 days. So even though I like L-Bank as an exchange, this is just simply not right. From a copier's perspective, having a detailed view of what they are getting into is absolutely necessary before committing to copy someone. While I can understand that new exchanges don't see why this is important, L-Bank has all the experience to know how important this is, therefore they are disqualified from the copy trading championship. As you can see, only 3 exchanges made it through the qualifier round. On one hand, I am disappointed because I really expected more from the other exchanges. On the other hand, I see a promising direction with those who are new to this service. Bitrue and BitUnix are both fresh players and they still have a long way to go. The ones which were qualified though are now in a completely different place compared to where I left them a year ago. I found one trader with each of them, started copying on the 1st of January, and I already have some quite interesting results. At the end of this month, I will upload the first monthly update video where I will share all what's happened, what numbers I closed the month with, and what I'm expecting in February. Alright guys, I hope you liked the video. All official links are in the description field if you feel like tagging along on this journey. Don't hesitate to drop a comment if you have any questions or suggestions. See you at the next one. Take care. Big money out.